Hey everybody, Chris here from Test the Speed Shop. Back working on the Firebird, doing some more fender work. Last week we stopped here with this fender, threw some primer on it, got about as straight as we're going to get it. This week we started with this fender, we ground all the freaking Bondo out of this yesterday. I didn't record any of that because it's just a mess and miserable and a pain in the ass job. So right here you can see this quality bodywork that they got going on here. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to tackle this. Right now we're just trying to straighten out, take out some of these highs and lows. And actually this is all putty up here. So tomorrow I think when I get home from work I'm going to push this out and I'm going to grind some more. I'm going to grind all this out because from the inside we can see that there's another big dent and more holes drilled and shit. So it's pretty much bondoed from here all the way over to here. So alright, well here we are. Went ahead and beat on this a little bit more, got a little bit more done on this. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but we had to heat up the panel right here. Got this pulled out a little bit. This was all creased in. So we got a little bit of this out, straighten this back here a little bit out. So looks like we're just going to have to keep heating it in order to get all this out of here, to try and get this at least straightened out enough that we can work with it or fill it so it isn't taking so much filler. We had there was probably over a quarter inch of filler in this area in here when I knocked the Bondo out of it yesterday. It was a real mess. So I think tomorrow what I'm going to do is right here in this area, from here all the way over to here, there's a spot. This is all, they put a patch in right here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind all this out of here, because you can see there's like little bumps here where there's rust forming underneath the body putty because it's been on here for so long. This was actually done, this car was sideswiped very early in its life, probably back in the very early 70s, and that's where a lot of this came from. Like on the door there's green paint on top of this putty from where it was fixed at the first time, and the quarter panel also has a bunch of putty in it because it was just glommed on this side some time back in the day. And of course they did the old 70s, we're going to drill a bunch of holes and put 10 tons of mud in it instead of beating on it and straightening it out. It's probably just a quick body in and out body job, insurance job type deal. But it's pretty impressive that it's actually lasted this long. The only reason why this stuff was cracking out is because it got swiped again and it put a crease down into the door and the quarter panel down here. That's the only reason why that stuff popped out. If that wouldn't have happened, it probably would still be here and we wouldn't be messing with it. So at any rate, I think we're done for tonight. So until tomorrow, we're going to sand this out and get some more shit done, maybe beat on that a little bit more and see what we can get. So hopefully we try and get this done. I was going to do pulling the fenders, but I don't think I'm going to do that to fix the rusty parts. I think we might just leave this for right now. I just want to I wanted to kind of get the front end straightened out, because that's just kind of it's a focal point of the car when you look at the front end of it. And I'll probably do that door because that's a sore spot too, and then the rest of it I'll just blow some brown paint on it and kind of make it match. And that's my goal. The goal is to just get the front end straightened out, smooth that all out, get the bumper aligned right. I'm going to get some bumper parts to fix the ones that are broken, fix that door over there, go down to the body shop, see if they can match me up some paint that'll be kind of close to this, and just paint it, and it'll be all one color. And then I'm just going to drive it until I'm ready to paint it. And the fenders are going to have to come off, the doors are going to have to come off when it gets painted. So I'm not really ready for all that right now. So basically this is just a little bit of a tidy up, just to make it look halfway decent, just to run around. And won't be perfect, and I'm fine with that. So alright, till tomorrow. Hey, what's happening? Back at it again. So, we got the top all stripped. Got this all stripped down. And, this is what we found. Got a big gash here. We pretty much worked all that out with some heat. Hammering a dolly. It's getting there. Pretty smooth. It might be good enough to putty. This here. And then this here. And they had putty like this freaking, I don't know. How thick do you say this was, Tom? Probably 1/8 inch?
1/8 inch.
At least, yeah, it was about 1/8 inch thick all up in here. So,
Way overkill.
that's how they did things. So, we got a lot of this knocked straight. Didn't really mess with the bottom at all yet. Today we're concentrating on doing the top because we're getting tired of just beating ourselves, and it's just easier to get. Yeah, the most of this bottom we can't really get to. It's going to be tough. It's going to be real slow. Up here we're not going to be able to. I can't get back into the fender this far, but I can probably get to there. But what we're going to do is we're going to try and heat this up and put the stud gun on it and see if we can pull it with the stud gun. See if we can at least just pull a little bit of that body line out. I can probably maybe get a dolly up there. I mean, even if we reverse it, we might be able to pound it back.
Yeah.
So, and then we're still dealing with this freaking mess down here. So, but it's coming along. Let me get this straightened out. Once we get this thing to the point where we can put filler in it, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull off the valance. We got some work to do on that. Down here in the bottom. And over here in this corner we got stuff to do. So once that's all done, then we can start filling everything and smoothing it out and making it look like a car. So I'm not sure. Oh, back. We got a little bit more pounded out. Got this part here. Got this pretty much where it was all creased. We pretty much got that all taken out. The fender's actually split from, I guess, from when it got hit, so we'll have to weld that up a little bit and straighten out that lip. But for the most part, we got the initial shape, everything, got this all taken out of here. So now we just got to go around and just beat on it and just kind of get it straightened out and within reason. So then we'll have this one roughed in. So we're just kind of working our way along here. So once this one's done, then we'll work on this valance and try and get this straightened out and get that all lined up and working. And then I think the last thing we're going to do here is we're going to do this door. Not going to worry about patching these fenders for right now. We'll see how much time we have, but I kind of want to enjoy the car for the summer. I didn't really want to get this far into things, but I just wanted to tidy it up a little. Make it kind of look better than it does. So we'll tackle that door then. Probably going to be another deal where it's a 1970s repair and it's freaking 2 tons of Bondo over a freaking dent that's this freaking big. So kind of like what we had going on right here. This actually, you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a crease right in here the whole way up. You can still see it, but we brought it all out. But we beat all that out. I mean, we had to use some heat. I don't know why they didn't do it, but I don't know. This whole thing was all covered with this because of this, and this here. This whole area was just full of freaking Bondo. So, I don't know. We'll see what we can pull out. Hopefully we won't be using this much putty when we do it. But I'm sure it's going to be less than what it is. So, alright, well that's it for tonight. We'll get back to you tomorrow. See ya. Oh, hey, what's happening, everybody? I'm out here working on the Firebird some more. Hope everybody had a good Easter. So, got a little bit of work done over the weekend. We came in and got the old stud gun out. Got some of these pulled here. Still got to get this little wagger here. I can't seem to just get that out. Pretty much got this all pulled right here. I'm working on this over here right now. This fender still needs a little bit more work, so I'm working on this right here. Sitting here getting some of this pulled out. This was all pushed up in, so now we got it so that it's all curved around and pulled out. So I'm kind of hoping that we'll be able to fill that and it'll look halfway decent. Trying to get as much shape back into this fender as possible since it was so botched up, but I'm not sure how much we're going to get. Still got this issue up here. I don't know how I'm going to take care of this. I'm probably just going to have to leave it. There's not much I can do about it, unfortunately. I'd like to straighten that line out a little bit more and have it a little bit more pronounced, but I don't think that's going to happen. So, but anyways, it's coming along. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. So, kind of thinking this might be it for this fender. I just don't think I can do much more on it. There might be a couple more taps here and there to try and get things straightened out on it, but I think for the most part we got the general shape back in. I wanted to pull this because this was a real bad low spot. This was all caved in right here, and it was really low right in here, but I got most of that all pulled out, so it feels pretty good. I don't feel a whole lot of issues there. Problem is you can't get in from inside. There's just not enough room to pound. But let's look. Oh, hey everybody, back to working on the Firebird. Took a little video the other day when I showed you what we had done on the fender. Well, we did some more work to the fender, and this is what we did to it. Tore that sumbitch right off because we found another fender. Yeah, this whole project just keeps going sideways. So we found another fender and a valance that's good, and a fender that is excellent. I mean, this is way better than what we have laying on the floor over there. So this whole project's kind of going sideways. So whatever plan we had to put the bushings in the front end are not going to happen right now. So at any rate, I'm not even sure what our plan is going to be here. I got to figure out what we're going to do and just come down to it. We're not going to try and match the painting. I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to go ahead and prime the valance at the front fender, and I think we're going to take this driver's fender off. I think we're going to do the body work on it on the car, at least this front part down here, and then we'll take it off the car, and we think we're going to go ahead and patch up that back part, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because we're just going to get it done, and just then the whole front end of the car will be done. And working on getting parts for the bumper. I think I found some used parts for the bumper. At least I found the rubber cushion. So all I need is this piece here, and then we'll deal with the bumper. We're not going to deal with that right now. We got other things to deal with. The bumper's going to be a real pain in the ass. So this is where we're at. So we just pulled this fender off last night. Me and Tom drove up the country about 2 hours to go get these parts. I ended up finding I got a fan clutch. Well, the clutch is junk, but I got a fan, and I got another fan that I think will work on the Chevelle, because I wanted to put a bigger fan on the Chevelle. The one on the Chevelle is only 17-inch. So I got that Pontiac clutch fan there, and then I don't know what that blade's for, but we'll figure it out. So, and then I got what else do we get? Oh, we got a dash pad. Got a dash pad that's in better shape than what mine is. Needs cleaned up. It's pretty dirty. It's got one crack in it, and I can live with that, considering you don't find dash pads with these cars every day. And it's better than what I got, because the one of mine's just looks like somebody gnawed on the one part of it. So
Yeah, the same color as yours.
yeah, same color interior and everything. So that's where we're stand. So this project it just went off the rails. We come in too hot and went over the freaking rail.
Come in too hot.
And then down the embankment.
Yeah,
So,
pretty much.
yeah. So I don't know what the weather's going to be like this weekend. It's supposed to be freaking cold
Yep.
and shitty. I don't know what we're gonna get done here because I can't paint anything if it's cold. So we're probably not gonna paint anything. I might probably take these fenders out and wash it and clean it up real good, and then I'll probably take the valance out and clean it up. I'll probably start sanding it, getting all this stuff ready to go. I pushed the car back out. I think I'm gonna pull the wheel wells, pull the wheel well out of it. No, we're going to do both sides because we're going to pull both fenders. We might as well just take it apart and I'm going to try and get down to the paint shop because I want to try and match this brown paint up. So I think what we're going to do, Dave has a spray gun and he can paint. Me, not so much. So he's going to, I asked him if he would paint this stuff. So we're just going to paint it off the car and then we're just going to put it together. At least we'll have some matching, it'll be a matching color anyways. It's probably going to be shinier and what have you. I'm going to try and buff this thing a little bit to see if I can get it to come out a little bit nicer. But at least it'll be a color and it'll look like something and it'll be all maybe one color until I get time to paint it, and then we'll just go from there. So as soon as we get this done, I think what we're going to do is if we get the body work done on that fender, what we'll do is we'll pull that fender off and then we'll pull both the wheel wells and then we'll do the bushings, because then you can just get to everything. And then we'll paint this up and make it look pretty and so on and so forth. So that's enough for me jabbering. So that's pretty much it for this video for this week. And until next week. And we're out.